January 11, 2020. Chinese authorities reported to the World Health Organization that they have discovered a new novel coronavirus. 41 people were already infected in Hubei province in China and caused one death due to the disease called COVID-19. On January 30, 2020, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 as a global emergency.
Novel coronavirus.
Coronavirus is a large group of viruses. It consists of a core of genetic material surrounded by a lipid envelope with protein spikes, which resembles a crown under the microscope. The name corona is derived from the Latin translation of crown, corona. The new coronavirus is called SARS-CoV-2. SARS-CoV-2 stands for Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. As the new virus, no one in the world has been infected with it, and therefore, no one has antibodies to it. Because no one has antibodies, everyone is at risk for catching the virus, becoming ill, and spreading the virus. With the discovery of SARS-CoV-2, there are now 7 types of coronaviruses known to affect humans. 4 of them are regularly circulating humans and mostly cause mild to moderate upper respiratory tract symptoms. To most people, think of it as the common cold. SARS-CoV-2 causes a disease called COVID-19, a severe respiratory illness. COVID-19 can be deadly, particularly for the older people and those with underlying health conditions. The virus spread through droplets in the air after coughing or sneezing, which people nearby can take into their nose, mouth, or eyes. The virus can also be spread by touching a contaminated surface, but it's unclear how long the virus lives on the surface. Once inside your body, the virus travels quickly to the back of your nasal passages and to the mucous membranes in the back of your throat. The virus attaches to a receptor called an angiotensin-converting enzyme 2 or ACE2. On respiratory cells in your body, the virus's genetic material enters your cells. The virus then hijacks your cell to produce copies of itself, which go on to infect more cells. The time between the initial infection and the first symptoms appearing varies widely but is 5 days on average. Symptoms often start in the back of the throat with a dry cough and sore throat, along with the fever. Symptoms become more severe as the infection starts making its way to your lower respiratory tract. Here, it can cause more respiratory problems like bronchitis and pneumonia. When the virus reaches your lungs, it causes inflammation in the air sacs called alveoli. Your alveoli are where oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange. In pneumonia, there is swelling. Decreased airflow and your alveoli start to fill with fluid, causing shortness of breath and difficulty of breathing. Some people need a ventilator to help them breathe. Less oxygen in your body deprives other major organs of oxygen, including your liver, kidney, and brain. Acute respiratory distress caused by widespread swelling in the lungs stop your body from getting the oxygen it needs to survive. The respiratory distress can lead to organ failure and worse, death. While COVID-19 can be deadly, the vast majority, around 80% of cases, are mild to moderate, and people recover within a week or 2.
The crisis is very, very clear. COVID-19 is spreading all throughout the country, including the Philippines.
March 2020. Lives in the Philippines started to change. Establishments were forced to close. People were advised to stay at home, and quarantine were imposed to the country. Due to the continuous increase of COVID cases in the whole world, WHO provide health and safety protocols to prevent the spread of the said virus.
The risks of getting COVID-19 are higher in crowded and inadequately ventilated spaces where infected people spend long periods of time together in close proximity. Outbreaks have been reported in places where people have gathered, often in crowded indoor settings and where they talk loudly, shout, breathe heavily, or sing, such as restaurants, choir practices, fitness classes, nightclubs, offices, and places of worship. That is why social gatherings were prohibited and public places were closed. In the current situation, wearing a mask is a must. Keeping a good hygiene keeps you from accumulating COVID virus. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands with either an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This eliminates germs that may be on your hands, including viruses. Cover your mouth and nose with your bent elbow or a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of the used tissue immediately into a closed bin and wash your hands. Clean and disinfect surfaces frequently, especially those which are regularly touched, such as door, handles, faucets, and phone screens. Be vigilant of your body. If you have a fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical attention immediately. Call by telephone first and follow the directions of your local health authority. Know the full range of symptoms of COVID-19. The most common symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, dry cough, tiredness, and loss of taste or smell. Less common symptoms include aches, pains, headache, sore throat, red or irritated eyes, diarrhea, a skin rash or discoloration of fingers or toes. Stay home and self-isolate for 10 days from symptom onset, plus 3 days after symptoms cease. Call your healthcare provider or hotline for advice. Have someone bring your supplies. If you need to leave your house or have someone near you, wear a properly fitted mask to avoid infecting others. Keep updated on the latest information from trusted sources, such as WHO or your local and national health authorities. Local and national authorities and public health units are best placed to advise on what people in your area should be doing to protect themselves.
Our health is what's important at this time of pandemic. Let us keep ourselves and each other safe. Get vaccinated. This is our nation's battle, and together we fight COVID-19.